Colin, different people around the borough have pointed to your church here, the Baptist Church here in Grays, and the increasing popularity. Why is that?
Very hard question to answer. We're a very mixed community in the church here. I think that at last count about 25 to 30 different nationalities, so we've got a big mix of different cultures. But we've tried to make sure we've, as much as possible, try to incorporate those different strands as much as possible into the life of the church. As the church has grown quite incredibly in the last, particularly in the last sort of 6 months, from what it was 7 years ago, we were looking at about 50 or 60 people regularly, and now we're sort of between 120, 140 people. It's nothing really has changed. That's the baffling thing, really, is that we've kept faithful in sharing the good news, an evangelistic message for everyone to hear. So I can't give any real good answers on this one. It's great to see the passion of different people, with Africans and South Americans coming in and Eastern Europeans. It's been a joy to just share friendship and the love of Christ with them.
Because would you describe yourself as a traditional Baptist church?
Well, there's a definition that goes around through Baptist churches now that if you think you are a typical Baptist church, then the typical Baptist church is not typical. We're all very, very different, and so Grays Baptist Church very much reflects the community in which we live in, and therefore a Baptist church somewhere in London would be more reflective of its community. Traditional, I think that's something which is a definite. You want to describe that as a church which perhaps sings hymns and stand up and sit down at the right moments. We're definitely not that, but we do embrace a lot of the old in with the new. So occasionally the organ is played, but we also have a band playing. So it's all things for all people. Church has a heart for this community, and that this community has several different strands which we could choose to work in. We've found that particularly in working with the community, we're working with people who are struggling, of people who have come to Grays because they've come from broken homes, so they've been abused. And so we have women coming into the church who have suffered difficult backgrounds, and equally there are others who have experienced tough lives through addictions to alcohol or other addictions. That's not just limited to alcohol or drugs. To eating disorders. I think that most people would say at some point they've had an eating disorder of some kind. If you eat too much, you've eaten too much, and you've therefore got a problem, and you need to come to terms with that and to work it through. So yeah, we've run a program called Celebrate Recovery the last 4 years, and we've found that people have been helped in their recovery through a 12-step program, which is Christ-centred. It's a Christian program, but it's the same 12 steps as you'd find in Al-Anon or AA, to name two.
The term evangelical zeal, a series of organisations around the borough seem to have tapped into something and been very successful with your evangelical zeal. Again, why do you think that is?
Well, evangelical zeal, let's define what that means. Evangelical simply means a group of people who have got a particular persuasion that what they've discovered in their faith, in knowing Jesus Christ as Lord and Saviour, is the most important thing. For me, knowing Jesus Christ in my life and knowing Jesus Christ in my life is sufficient enough for me to say that he is the most important personality in my life. Therefore, I want to talk about what he is doing in my life and share that with as many people as possible. So that gives enough reason to be passionate and enthusiastic about what we do. So that plays itself out in the fact that this church is committed to the community for its sales, through the outreach to those with addictions and habits, and several other things that we're involved in.
You had the Rock Thurrock breakfast recently, which looked like a huge success, and must be building up to late September with the visit of Will Graham.
Yes, the church across Thurrock are involved in this. Transformation of Thurrock has been very much a part of that. I was just before the summer I was made the chairman of Transformation of Thurrock, but also for my responsibilities I'm the core team leader for Rock Thurrock, which is a partnership between us and the Billy Graham Association UK, and we're working towards the 24th and 25th of September, when there will be a large gathering at Blackshots Leisure Centre in the Civic Hall, and that will be a big occasion with Will Graham, who is Billy Graham's grandson, coming. The church are preparing in between that time and now. We're having in June what's called a Christian Life and Witness course, which is an opportunity across the whole borough. In fact, it's working in Grays, Tilbury, Aveley and Stanford on different nights, the same course for 3 weeks. An opportunity for people to be established in what they understand in their Christian walk and how to share their faith with their friends and people they meet. That's been a build-up towards September, and equally for young people, which is where the main focus of the whole project is. On the 9th and 10th of September at the United Reformed Church in Bradley Avenue, there will be another a Christian Life and Witness course, particularly for teenagers. So they will, but it will be much more livelier than the adult version, and there'll be videos and music, very, very loud, and it'll be really, really exciting for them to be involved in that. So come the end of September, the church will be prepared for the visit of Will Graham. Another key feature, which again is another heart perhaps of this church here, is that in between all the other stuff, the activity which you could say is the kind of churchy side of it, is there will be community action projects whereby we're encouraging young people to be involved in projects in partnership with the Thurrock Beeson, which I think you may have done an article before. And Thurrock Beeson are going to help getting young people involved in gardening projects, painting projects in the community, clean-ups, to really to put their hands and their minds to something very practical as a result of their faith.